What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another video. I'm Jay. Welcome to Jay's Retro Footwear. Today I'm going to be going over a little bit of a cleaning video, both on Suede, Nubuck, and on smooth leather. I have in my hand a Nike SB. These are Delta Forces in the bread colorway. So yeah, let's we'll set these aside right here for a second. We'll get ready and then we'll get into the video. So a few key features before I get into the video is the fact that, well, I say key features, but it's more of something that you need to pay attention to. First off, you never want to mix the brush that you're using to clean the midsole and the soles with. I use a hard bristle brush. Any hard bristle brush will do for the soles. I went the cheap route, but then I also went with the not so cheap route. Not too expensive, not too cheap either. This is a boar's hair soft bristle brush, and you can. I use this for this midsole here because just in case if I accidentally come up this way, I don't use that hard bristle brush and I don't damage any of the suede material or any of the smooth leather material. Now, that being said, before we continue, it's always important to use a shoe tree, which I'm going to have to borrow here. One of my other shoes. Alright. Alright, purposes for, again, using the shoe tree. It'll push these creases up as you clean and start to maintain the shoe and whatnot. As you give the shoe maintenance as you're cleaning it, it'll help remove some of the creasing. So the next thing you want to do after you install the shoe tree is go ahead and take off your laces. Actually, it should have been the first thing before you put the shoe trees in, but I did it vice versa. Either way. Now you're probably asking yourselves, how is he going to clean Nubuck, Suede, and smooth leather? Well, this particular shoe, this Delta Force SB, it contains all three types of leather. It contains Nubuck on the back here. The swoosh is a Nubuck. This section here, and where the lace holes are, is a Suede, as well as this strip of leather here on the toe box is Suede. And then the top of the toe box here is smooth leather, and smooth leather. Okay, now that we have that set aside. Now, I'm not gonna, normally you would pre-rinse these laces and stuff like that. And clean them that way, but they're pretty clean because I maintain my shoes. But as you can see here, the sock liner is a little dirty here. The tongue is a little bit dirty here, so I'm just gonna go ahead and take care of this, and I'm gonna freshen up the Suede and the Nubuck. So as you can see, the Nubuck on the back is a little dirty as well. Now, first things first, very important. I have a brush for dusting off my Suede and Nubuck and leather shoes. And this is a dry brush. This is actually horsehair. You can use boar's hair as well. You just want to get all the dust and anything off of it. Anything that you can get off of it, you do it at this point in time before you get into the other stuff, more advanced stuff and cleaning the shoe itself. Alright, so okay, set this aside here. So you always want to create a plan of attack when it comes to Suede and Nubuck. Let's see here. Alright, so first things first. I'm gonna, instead of going directly in with the Suede and Nubuck liquid foaming spray or applicator, I want to try the Suede eraser and the Suede brush that I have here. Again, inexpensive. I think I paid like $6 at the local Walmart. You don't have to get too... There are better erasers and stuff like that. But again, I try to do this stuff on the budget, and it seems to work pretty good for me. So you want to go in a smooth pattern, back and forth. Nice and easy. Not too hard, not too soft. Just right. Because you are removing a fraction of the material. And I can start to see that it's starting to take all the nasty and grime right off the back here. Now, I can use this hard bristle brush, but I won't. I'm going to use my soft bristle brush, the one that I use for the uppers. Okay, hit this little side right here just a little bit more. Okay, we get it close up to the camera so you guys can see. As you can see right there, you see how all the shavings are a darker color? It's because it's not only removing the dirt that's on the surface, it's also taking up some of the material along with it. So you take your clean brush and brush it off. And look at that. Good as new. Okay. So now, after you take care of this back part here, alright, we can either use the foam or the eraser on the Suede as well, and the Nubuck here, the Nubuck of the swoosh. You can use the foam, but as it sits or as it stands, I don't think we need the foam itself. Maybe here on the tongue to clean this up a little bit, and here. So yeah, let's get into that. You're gonna either apply it directly or on the brush, whichever you wish to do. You always want to use a soft bristle brush on the sock liner and on the inside of the shoe. It'll prevent from tearing it up. Now this part's the only part that you might have to take the shoe tree out to get deep inside here. Let's move on to the tongue section of this. Alright, so take it. now let's reinstall our shoe tree, like so. Alright, now we're gonna assess the suede and the rest of the Nubuck in the leather. As far as I can tell, the Nubuck seems to be in good shape. Not too dirty. So I believe just the sprucing up with the brush, the suede brush, should do the trick. Okay, I can see a stain right here. So what we're going to do is we're going to try with the suede eraser first. And then we'll do by process of elimination. We'll go from the suede brush to the foam here. Oh, well, the suede foam. This one here. And then if I have to, I'll do a deep clean. So as like I explained before, you can either apply it directly or you can apply it to the brush. So what you want to do is just work a circular pattern, nice and easy. Again, whenever you wet suede or Nubuck, the material will bleed. So be mindful. You want to try to get all the area. When you're doing suede, you want to try to hit the entire panel as best as you can. Because if not, you will get water stains. Now we let that dry. As it goes drying, you want to take the suede brush, okay, and go over it as it's drying, okay? And then what this will do is help reset the nap of the suede or the nap of the Nubuck. Because what happens is when you wet it, like I explained in the previous video, when you wet it, it tends to clump. Like it's wanting to do here. But then you just take it and nice and easy, you work it out. Like so. Okay, now we just let it dry. Preferably you want to let these dry at least 24 hours when you do the top of a Nubuck or suede or whatever. Let's go ahead and move down to the bottoms here. Gonna work it in with the soft bristle brush first. Start the initial breakdown. Move on to the hard bristle brush here. Okay. Take your rag that you use for the bottoms and start just wiping it down, soaking up the excess. that bottom looking nice and new. Okay. Now, when doing the midsole here, you want to apply it directly to the brush itself. And then work your way onto it. Like so. And these weren't too bad to begin with, but it still had some grime and dirt. And there you have it. That's it. Now you just set it aside, let it dry. And again, as it goes drying, with your suede brush, just hit it to help reset the nap. And don't forget the Nubuck swoosh to hit it. The Nubuck on the back. And you just let it sit for the next 24 hours. Hello everybody, it's been 24 hours. And I've let it sit and dry. And between the drying process, I went over it with the hard bristle brush that came in the suede kit to kind of help with resetting the nap of the suede back and forth all over. Also, after that was done, I went over with it mildly with the boar's hair brush, just to make sure, you know, one final pass over like that, you know, somewhat, to make sure that everything is good and ready to go. And all that's left on this shoe is to put the laces in. Yeah, but if we grab the other shoe for comparison, as you can see here, sock liner's nice and clean. And if you look on this one right here, the sock liner is not as clean. Now, it'll kind of be hard to tell, but this one's just a little bit darker than this side here on the back of the Nubuck here, right here. You can see that right there. It may not show up on camera because of the darkness of the red. But yeah. And as you can see, let me switch them around. This is the one we cleaned here. You see all the creasing on the toe box here? When you use a shoe tree, look at the difference. When I went over it with the cleaner, because it rejuvenates and conditions the leather, it helped relax it enough to where it pulled out the creasing, because this side was heavily, this one was just as heavily creased as this one here. That being said, that is the importance of a shoe tree. Now these ones here, these disposable ones, can get you by. Not to knock them or anything else like that. But when you compare it to one that is going to apply pressure, or at least enough pressure, and stability for the shoe, the investment is well worth it. That being said, you know, I hope you guys liked the video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe down below. And don't forget to hit that notification bell. Also, my Instagram is in the description down below as well. The link to my Instagram there. Yeah, you know. The cleaning products and stuff like that I use and whatnot are just, you know, stuff that I went to my local sneaker stores and they had them on the shelf. The Suede kit I got from the local Walmart and stuff. So yeah, peace. God bless. We out.